Hello, and welcome to another episode. Happy May! We are officially in May, and last weekend here in the States was actually Mother's Day. So I took some time to relax, to rejuvenate, to be with my family, and to just appreciate being a mom, but also celebrate my mom and women in my life who are mother figures to me and have been to me, who are both present and no longer with us on this earth. And so I hope you had a great Mother's Day. I hope it was blessed. I hope you had some time for self care and something special was done for you by the people in your life. All right, let's get into it. We're going to be talking about celebrating your wins. And I think this is such an important topic to talk about because I know it's an area that we as women, as moms, as Christians really struggle with, right? Being able to talk about the things in our lives that are happening that are great, that's amazing, the things that we're winning at. And I know for me, it was really a challenge in the beginning to share my wins because you don't want to appear or come off as being egotistical or boasting or any of that stuff. And that's what we think about when we think about I don't want to share my wins. I don't want to share what's good happening in my life because I don't want to bother other people or seem like I am boasting or I think too much of myself and I don't want to, kind of rock the boat. And I know this is so prevalent because I see it happen so often, especially because I put out like my wins, but I also ask others to share their wins and they're so hesitant to do so. And I want to encourage you to not be hesitant anymore. There's going to always be someone out there who may be jealous or envious or have something to say about the fact that you're winning or that you are elevating or that you're getting all of these you having these success in your business. And it doesn't mean it's for you to play small and try to hide because of this, because it's going to happen. There's always going to be someone who's out there who isn't excited about your success because either they don't want you to be above them in terms of success or they cannot envision themselves there. And so they're putting limitations on you as to what is appropriate to share or not share, right? Some people don't want to see that because there's jealousy, there's envy, there's all of these things that may be going on for them. And that's not our business. That's the way I say it. Like, that is not my business. My business is to share my wins, to share my success, to share my journey with my audience because I want them to see where I am from where I was. So at the beginning of my journey, I was very transparent and authentic and sharing the struggles, the challenges that I had when I was first starting online and how I was able to overcome that and work through that and start signing clients and start growing my business and really all of these different things that started to come and happen for me in different ways. And part of the reason why I'm sharing that journey is because we all want to be part of a journey. We want to see people be successful. Truly, when you're coming from a heart of service, you want to see that journey. It's like, the movie. There's a reason why we watch the heroine or the hero of that movie, start from the bottom and they struggle and they go through all these challenges and they have these ups and downs and they have this huge transformation and then we're always rooting for them to make it, to to have the happy ending, because naturally that's what we want for those who we resonate with, aspire to be, or just really know, like, and trust so to speak. And so I think it's so incredibly important to share your wins with your audience because it gives them the ability to see your journey, but it also gives them the permission to also step up into what they want. If you're able to do it, they know that they too can do it. They can just follow your map, the blueprint you've laid out for them, and get the same results. It's possible. Because sometimes if you come from a situation where everyone is in the same place as you and you're like, I want to get to that next level in my business, but you're not surrounded by those who are sharing what's working and what's happening for them and their successes, you probably think, oh, I have to shrink back. I don't want to do too much, right? And go to that next level. And so seeing others that you want to be like get to that space, it's motivating, it's inspiring, right? We want to be motivated, want to be inspired, and we can say, okay, wow, she's doing that. I want to do that. I want to get there. If she can do it, I can do it. So this is my invite to you, to give you permission, if you feel you need it, to share, to celebrate your wins, big and small, with your audience, to let them know what's happening for you in your life, in your business, and whatever it is you help your people do, right? Celebrating your wins also helps your brain to create the same results and more, because your brain, we get that endorphin rush when we're like, yes, I made this goal happen, right? I said I'm going to do a live this week. I did a live. I said I was going to sign 2 clients. I signed 2 clients. I said I was going to get up my engagement. I got up my engagement. I said I'm going to get this contract. I got this contract. Whatever it may be, celebrate. Do not feel guilty or shame or any of that for meeting your goals, and don't feel guilty or shame for being able to share that with your audience, because there are people watching who are looking to see that, to feel inspired and motivated by that. Those who truly care are going to not see it as a place of envy or jealousy or any of those things come up for them. They're going to be excited for you and happy for you. Okay? And again, it tells our brains like do this again. We got such a great reward from it, right? Don't get attached to always feeling like you have to win to feel good, but make that an extra layer of something that you can say, yeah, we did a good job. Pat yourself on the back. Write down in your gratitude journal, if you have one, what you're grateful for, what you're appreciative for, and give yourself the ability to see your successes and your wins, because that also helps pull you forward in meeting the next goal and the next goal, because you have a frame of reference to say, hey, I set out to achieve this goal and I made it happen. It doesn't have to be a huge goal. It can be something as simple as doing a live, signing a new client, getting your course completed and finished, getting your certification done, whatever it may be. Give yourself acknowledgement of what you're doing and celebrate your wins. Okay? Don't listen to any of the negative people and critics and things who want you to play small and, oh, it's not good to share your stuff because they don't understand what journey you've gone through to get to where you are. Okay? That being said, I'm going to share some of my wins with you all, just because I really feel called to inspire you to know what's possible. So I started this podcast in December 2019, literally the ending of the month, right before Christmas. And as of May, we are at 1,000 downloads. It was a little slow because I only release once a week, but I'm excited. That's one of my goals. So check, yay, I'm excited. So that's one of my wins. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for your commitment, your dedication, for leaving the reviews, for, sharing what you've learned, for reaching out to me. Thank you all so much. I want to, appreciate each and every single one of you, and I see each and every single one of you. And I am forever eternally grateful for each and every single one of you. And so my other win that I want to share on my list of wins is I created this podcast, and one of my goals with this podcast was to be in the podcast magazine. And it's one of the bigger podcast magazine names. It shares some of the higher top ranking podcasters. And I was able to make it into the directory for the podcast magazine in April. And this directory goes out to over 100,000 podcast fans. And so I was able to share that and have that put out there. And then my biggest win with this podcast is the May issue of the podcast magazine was all about moms and celebrating the top mom podcasts. And so I made it to the top 50 mom podcasts. I'm number 16. If you want to look for that link, I'll put it in the show notes. Amy Porterfield is on the cover of it, and it just celebrates top mom podcasts. And I'm excited because this is a mom podcast, and a big part of it is to, talk about motherhood as well as being in business and faith and family. And so I'm excited that that's happened, because it's kind of like a validation through the ups and downs, the challenges of being a podcaster. You don't see the behind the scenes, but in front of it, there's something that pays off, and that is the exciting piece, is seeing all the work and effort you've put in really start to pay off and start to be acknowledged and start to really grow and really impact and make the difference that you want it to make, because that's what this is all about. It's about providing value for you and making that difference and that impact in a different way, and that's through podcasting. So those are two of my biggest wins. And then I have smaller wins. I got a TV interview that I will be releasing at the ending of this month, as well as some blog posts, guest blog posts on major magazines, Thrive Global, that I've been accepted into, that I'll be sharing again as well, and then other podcast opportunities. But ultimately, I just want you to know it's all about stepping out on faith. If you want these things to happen for you, I know they're possible for you. You have to believe that they're possible. You have to believe that it's already happened. You have to believe that if this is God's direction He's putting you in, then step out on faith. Trust that He's got you. Trust that you can do this. That as long as you have Him there, you can make this happen for yourself. And so stepping out on faith, taking it one day at a time, taking consistent, correct, direct action in the direction that you want to see success happen for you, however you define that, right? Having your own back. It's so easy to fall back and again be lost in the fear and the doubts and the criticism and the judgment of others and not want to put yourself out there. But what I've learned is you've just got to literally tune that noise out and keep taking that next step forward in the direction that you know will help you achieve your goals, and just drown out the noise. Like, stop listening to those people, okay? And really holding the vision for yourself and walking into that vision is super key. And so all of this is just to say, celebrate your wins. Be okay sharing what good stuff is happening for you, and know that it is inspiring someone who is listening, who is watching, who is following, to know that they too can do it. So share your wins, celebrate your wins. And if you're a member of my group, share with us. Wednesdays is Wednesday Win Day, but any day of the week, it doesn't really matter. Anything that you are excited about and have achieved, let us know. Let us celebrate you. Okay? As always, if you're enjoying this podcast, please rate and review and tag me at Onyinye Sianike on Instagram. I would love to hear what you got from each of these episodes. All right? Take care.